You are watching CIOTV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Infomedia.
Hello and welcome to CIOTV.live. I'm at JISEC Day 2. It's very interesting to let you know that now I am at SecneurX Technologies Private Limited. I'm sitting along with the CEO of the company, Mr. Karthikeyan and Manoharan. He's a very interesting personality. 2-3 years before he had his lucrative job in his hand, he was there in Silicon Valley. But now he is in his hometown and he's trying to do something of his own in the cybersecurity space. So let me ask him a few questions and try to understand or learn about the interesting journey from a lucrative job to of his own enterprise that he is into.
Thank you for having us in the interview. So when we started back, right, I brought up in Madurai from Tamil Nadu, and then I got my education from that city. And after that, I worked in multiple cities in India, and then I had the opportunity to work abroad in different MNCs and Silicon Valley startups. Always it was in the back of my mind that whatever I do in the technical industry, I wanted to bring it back to my hometown and then start a company from my hometown. So when I saw an opportunity to start my own enterprise, what I decided is, along with my brother who also had experience in IT, and then we both decided to start a company from our hometown Madurai. And then there we hired our team, and then we started training local talents from that place. And then we set up our big office in that city. And then from there we are building product which is now commercialized in commercialized and used by organizations in different part of the world. In India, we also have customers from defense and then various government sectors. So it has been overall it has been a very interesting journey to start something of our own, especially from the hometown where we had been brought up, and then where we had the opportunity to give it back to the community of the people from that same city.
All right, how big is your setup? What are the specialized areas that you are into? If you can tell something about that, and the customer you said that you have in India. Who are other customers outside also, and what is the roadmap of your company?
That's a wonderful question. So we focus on cybersecurity. Specifically, we focus on understanding the file-based malwares and file-based threats that an organization would face. When I say file-based threats, today a lot of organizations are targeted by attack groups, both nation-sponsored and then the individual attackers, who craft an attack which is specific for the organization and use something like sending an email with a phishing link or upload a file with an embedded attack to their organization's file server. Say, for example, if you have a provision to receive resume from organization, so the attacker comes in as a job seeker and then craft an attack inside the resume and uploads into your site. And when your organization's HR team or somebody who's processing this application open that file and then click a link on it or operate on that file, there is a high possibility that the attacker would use that to establish a backdoor into your organization. To have a best defense against this scenario, it is advised that any file that is coming into your organization, either it through a file server, uploaded through a file server, or somebody bringing it in an USB, or coming in as an attachment through an email, it is wise to scan the file, sanitize the file before the file can enter into your organization. This approach will ensure that you stop the file at the port of entry of the organization rather than allowing the file to come into the organization and later mitigating the file through your existing threat defenses. So this is the difference that as a startup, as an organization that we are bringing into the industry, and this is the strength of our file sanitization solution.
All right, is it a bootstrap? Where are you right now?
So we are a 5-year-old company. We are we bootstrapped along our way, bootstrap and founder funded along the way. From the first year, we managed to get certain customers and then use the revenue that we made, reinvested in the organization, and then we grow from that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the other gentleman. His name is Mr. Bala Manoharan. He is also co-founder and CTO of this beautiful organization. I think he has got the same experience of quitting his lucrative job in Silicon Valley and joining his brother, co-founding this in Madurai. You know, India as a country which is almost, third largest country from startup ecosystem, and I think their journey is really, really interesting and beautiful. So let me ask Bala about his experience, his learnings, and the roadmap of the company from the technology standpoint. Bala.
Hi, thanks for having me here. So from my journey part of view, this has been an exciting journey, to be frank. Having your own company and then working on a cutting infrastructure, cutting technology, where you learn all along the way. So the thing with the malware is it's not like you know a set of things to do and then you expect everything to work. Because the malware writer is also human and he's also evolving. It's a cat and mouse game and you have to learn along the way. You find new threats, you find new ways of attack. And email being a new vector now, and people are using Microsoft OneNote for attack, for example, which was not an attack, let's say, a couple of months ago. So this journey has been very exciting, very entertaining as well, because sometimes you have a fascination for the malware writer. Like the way they are thinking is very interesting. From a company point of view, we wanted to scale our company we wanted to have a dynamic team where the team can learn on its own, and then since you need to learn quickly and you need to execute it quickly, that's the approach which we are taking. From a technology point of view, we wanted to make sure like we are able to cover all the attack vectors and give a complete protection to the organization.
All right, now the question comes, what after this? To you, Mr. Karthikeyan, are you going for fundings to scale out this organization, make it very big? What are your plans?
Certainly, that's a wonderful question. So, as every startup dreams, we are waiting to arrive with a good investor, with a like-minded investor with whom we will be taking this company into a very large unicorn in the coming years.
As a CTO, what is your vision? What is the product roadmap from here?
So the product roadmap for us is to make sure of a file-based security. Now we are seeing like the attacks are coming from a file and specifically email threat. Participation in Android mobiles and IoT devices which have not been linked with any major attacks as of now, but that's a potential area now because now the devices are more with 5G and that could be another roadmap which we are looking at.
All right, thank you Bala for spending time with us and speaking about your experience to our audience of CIOs and CISOs. So I'll end with Mr. Karthikeyan, asking him about what is his piece of advice to the startups out of India and here also, how to scale it up to make it next billion-dollar company.
So my advice to other aspiring entrepreneurs is go with your heart, put the hard work, put the right direction, you would be able to succeed.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Karthikeyan. Thank you, Bala, for taking time out and speaking to us. Thank you.